I really like this. I said this before. I love this scene. Like this crab right here. Like fuck.
I know.
You see that? He thought he thought he was whooping ass. Like oh shit. What's up, everybody? Now, before we start, Martin, I'm gonna get to you in a minute. Man, you just wait.
All right. I'll sit here.
Sit there and be quiet. I gotta let the people know that this video has been sponsored and approved by Shudder, which is a very good thing right now because we're gonna be talking about Aquaman.
Oh yeah.
And Aquaman, before your boy was directing superheroes, he was into the horror.
Oh yeah, that's right, James Wan.
Not James Wan. Yes, that's right. I thought you were gonna say Jason Momoa. I was gonna say no. He's kind of terrifying himself, but no.
But he's not directing just yet.
No, he's not directing. He's just beating up people. With the horror fans that are out there who are probably fans of James Wan, I think it would be good to let them know about this service, Shudder, if they don't know about it already. But if you do, let me remind you. Let's just say that you are into horror. Shudder has it. They got anything from the light horror to the bloody goriest of horror out there. They even have their own original series. You see right there, Satan's Slaves, which is an original production of theirs. But let's just say you, Martin, I want to sell you on Shudder. You don't like all the blood and the gore and the scary stuff.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, you don't like it as much as some people.
I just don't like horror. Now, so you got Old Boy up there.
But Martin, thank you. That's the thing. If you look right here, they also have thrillers. They even have some art films out there with sort of a dark twist. Escape from Tomorrow. As you see, they have Old Boy right there. It's not even just thrillers. They also have sci-fi. Do you remember Take Shelter?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have films in the same vein as that. And you're probably saying, oh, well, no, you film snobs out there. Well, I'm more into the classics back in the day when they made them with class. And I got you, too. They have the master of suspense himself.
Hitchcock.
They got Hitchcock. As you can see, a little something out there for everybody and at a good value, Martin.
What's a good value to you?
$4.99 per month, Martin.
No way.
Martin, $4.99 per month or $49.99 per year.
Oh, that's nothing.
That is nothing. And you can get it on many devices. Now, there's so many of them, Martin. Now, this is why I need to be professional. I have to look at the audience and just list it off. I'm not doing that. It's just too many to memorize. I'm going to look at this phone and I'm going to list it off to you. You can get it for your iPhone, your iPad, Apple TV, Xbox One, Amazon Fire TV, Google Chromecast, Roku, and Android devices. You ain't got no excuse. It has everything covered. So if you would like to try Shudder for 30 days free on us, then go to shudder.com and put in the code Double Toasted. Again, that is shudder.com. You spell it SHUDDER.com. That's important, Martin, because you wondered if it was with T's or D's.
Right.
It's with D's. And put in the promo code Double Toasted. Again, this video is sponsored and approved by Shudder. And thank you very much for listening. First review, that Aquaman. Martin,
when everybody's dying for it.
Martin, we about to get wet up in here. And tell y'all something, man. Ed, I don't know why y'all want to act like you got Aquaman's back now. Because you just like everybody else. We all did it. We've been making fun of this man for years.
Not me.
Even you, Martin.
No, not me. I've been there. I've been with Aquaman since the 60s.
Martin, you've been laughing. If you were there with the 60s, you were laughing. He was riding that pink seahorse right there.
Actually, that seahorse is white, and those were the good Aquaman cartoons.
That seahorse is pink.
It's white. What are you talking about?
That seahorse is pink.
Did anybody else see a pink seahorse?
That
seahorse is as white as your shoes.
Well, the thing is, y'all don't see it on my computer right here.
Okay. I watched this cartoon when I was a kid. I'm looking at it right now with everybody else.
In fact, I'm looking at it and it says Avon on the side.
I think you mean Mary Kay.
No, Avon, man. Had his own little wet robin right there. And and the funny thing about it is that look, everybody laughed at Aquaman. I'm talking about that is the saddest excuse for a superhero out there. He talks to the fish, and then people came out and said, you know what? And Aquaman even said, all right, shit, I got to change my image, man. I got to let these people know I'm real now. So he decided to get hard. My man, he got some. He got hard, man. He got some metal hair. He cut off his hand. He started, he said, fuck them seahorses. I'm just going to, I'm going to swim everywhere on my own where I need to go. You know, he was edgy Aquaman, and people was still laughing. I said, bitch, don't come in here with that hook and that perm. Get on out of here with that. You ain't fooling nobody. Oh, but then he was like, all right, I ain't playing no more. He grew his hand back, went out there and got on them steroids, got himself a tan, got a little more brown. And people were like, oh shit.
And tattoos.
Hey man, you know, I wasn't the one saying that shit. You know, I always had you, man. Yeah. People are seeing that now. They're like, okay, all right, now you got everybody's attention. This actually might be something. And funny enough, out of all the heroes that DC's been putting out there, the one that people have been saying, you know who I really kind of like to hang with? Aquaman. Because he's just a big old redneck, just a big old bro.
Well, yeah, from the Justice League, it's like, okay, well, he seems to be having fun.
Yo, everybody like, ooh, we got to save the world. He's like, ah, shit, I'm drunk. Yeah. Woo! So everybody's like, yeah, everybody's looking forward to this, man. This is one of the most anticipated movies of the holiday season. Let's go ahead and see if it lives up to the hype as we watch this trailer.
The war is coming to the surface, and I'm bringing the wrath of the seven seas with me.
A lot of people are looking at this and they're saying, how can you go wrong? And they did everything that people
complained about with the other movies.
We're asking DC to do. You know, get more fun, get brighter, come in with some intimate stories. You know, some stories where we actually see the characters' growth, and seems to be the case here. I mean, you got a fun-loving hero, pretty much a big moist-ass hillbilly who is destined to be king of his domain, the future king of Atlantis. Of course, we get into Shakespearean areas where he's having to go against his brother, or his half-brother, who is reigning Atlantis at the moment and wants to wage war on the people of the surface. It's just no other way to put it out there. Just gonna lay it out here for you right now. It's not very good. I don't know what else to tell you. You know, I'm trying, like, maybe there's a positive way to start. Maybe there's some kind of way I can just put this in a good light before I start really going in on it. But man, it is so much here that I have to tell you about that just works against this film.
Now, see, I found that I was wrong about this film, because when I saw the trailer, I had a concern. It was like, okay, this is going to end. We can already see it now. A big one-on-one fight, a big overblown, overly CG fight between him and his brother, and that's how this is going to end. And I was wrong. That actually happens kind of in the middle.
Yes.
And then later again at the end. They do it twice.
Yeah.
They just up the CG on it.
Look.
But it's pretty much the same thing.
Y'all go ahead and just hate. You can go ahead and get mad, call us, you know, tell us how many of them checks we getting from Marvel. You know, tell us how we never give DC a chance. Tell us that we were always going in with expectations of this movie being bad, and we want to hate on it from the beginning. I mean, look, you go ahead, because I wanted this to be good. You give us your hate, because I can honestly tell you I was excited for this. I wanted it to be good. I'm with the crowd of people who were looking forward to this, saying that this is going to be the one to turn DC around. When they said that this is going to be the king that's going to be bringing people together, he was going to be the king that brought DC fans and Marvel fans together. And I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this glorious moment when we could do that. And no, hell no. In fact, everything that people talking about when they say, if I was to be approached by somebody right now and they say, you know what, I am getting sick of superhero movies because they are this, and this, and I'll be going in my head like, yep, Aquaman, check. Yeah.
Yo, no, you
I ain't
say
got
like,
no argument
oh,
there.
you just saw Aquaman, didn't you? Okay.
Yeah. I do think people will have fun with this. I'm not telling people, if you're anticipating this, and I think if you keep your expectations reasonable, I think that this could be enjoyable for you. But it'll be fun I still think, even if you're waiting for this, it'll be fun on a very basic level. what we have with this movie, and I've used this term before, but I think it's appropriate to bring it back around again because that's what this movie is. This movie is a theme park ride. This is a few events quickly whipped together as an excuse to push people along on an attraction of bright colors and loud sounds for a thrill ride that, while it's fun, it has really no big emotional impact to it at all. It is like watching a production of Shakespeare done with action figures.
I was going to say high school kids, but yeah, action figures.
It's Shakespeare done with action figures played with in a pool. And the only other person you have to play with is your big brother who happens to be a drunk frat dude.
Right. Well, what if I take this dude?
Yeah.
And we just drink all the beer and I go,
Yeah. Yeah. While you were trying to, I am ruling of Atlanta. He's like, yo, let's get some beer. Yeah. There are two main problems that I see in this movie.
Only two. Okay.
But two main problems.
Yeah, I know.
Two main problems that encompass everything else.
Okay.
And the problems that really bring this movie down are pacing and dialogue. And those capture everything else that is wrong with this movie because there is no natural pacing in this movie. It's 2.5 hours where they're trying to just rush. It's at 2.5 hours, man, 2.5 hours. The movie still moves too fast.
Yeah, that's what I kept thinking. I was like, how's this movie so long and yet they're rushing through everything? And the biggest thing they're rushing through is character development.
Yes. The story is reduced to chunks of rushed summaries is what it is.
Yes.
You know, in these summaries, it is chunks of story where these people, when I say summaries, it's delivered in these really self-serious, bad monologues. There's no development. Everybody just says a speech.
No. It's I mean, really, that first 30 minutes after you get past one action sequence, once you get to Atlantis, it is the world of exposition. It's exposition and flashbacks.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you about this. Here we go. Wait, take a seat because it's going to take a while.
Oh, yeah. No.
And let me take you through a flashback. And I was telling you, I was like, man, I feel bad that I was jumping on Fantastic Beasts because this is way worse than that.
The dialogue in here is really one of the first things that you will notice where you say, I mean, you're not that deep into the movie. It's like, look, if I got to sit through another 2 hours and 15 minutes of this, I'm gonna drown myself. This is because these people. First, the worst thing about these people giving these monologues is that these people, while they're delivering their monologues, they are soulless.
Yeah.
The whole time that these people are talking, they have no expressions on their face. People are just floating and monologuing in the whole with nothing. You ever seen a dead fish with his eyes open? It's dying, his mouth still flapping while it's going to the surface. These people are like floating. They look like floating dead people almost because the whole time nothing on their faces. Meanwhile, that CG Muppet hair just waving.
Yeah.
But on their faces, there is nothing. You think I'm kidding? Look at this scene with Patrick Wilson and Dolph Lundgren together.
It took me a long time to realize that was Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, it took me a long time to realize that was Dolph Lundgren. Shit, I thought it was like a mer hobo or something.
They will destroy themselves, not before destroying us first. We have been hiding long enough. The time has come for Atlantis to rise again.
And somebody needs to tell them, you an Aquaman, right?
And I saw people pointing out how there's no bubbles coming from their mouths when they talk and make all this sound. They're like, there's SpongeBob physics going on throughout this movie.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to nitpick on it. Look, if people can talk underwater, I figured that they have it down where they ain't blowing bubbles either,
Well, and you're okay with them speaking English and everything? That's usually one of your pain points.
No, it is, but usually I take that in a better movie. Here, I'm just like, fuck, whatever, man.
If I start calling them out on that, we're going to be here all night.
No, that's the least of my worries. I'm talking English. If you're going to go in there, take, for example, something like Thor.
Yeah.
Thor was, look, when your man Hannibal got in there, Hannibal the Cannibal, what's his name?
Anthony Hopkins.
Odin. When Anthony Hopkins is playing Odin, he's playing it with emotion. It's probably silly material and too silly for be taken to that Shakespearean level, but delivered with emotion and impact, it works.
Yeah.
you know, you can't be trying to do Shakespeare and doing like this. We will conquer the surface people. And it's like, man, why don't you fucking blink first? Well, I don't have to. I'm underwater.
Yeah, my eyes are always hydrated. Never have to worry about that.
So I can just look at you intensely the whole time. That's all right, man. Sure, do whatever you want to. And your man over here, Dolph Lundgren, just floating. You see how he's he's not even interested.
I mean, I will say to the movie's credit, at least for the fans, because it really plays to them, they pack in so much of Aquaman's mythology. They really pack it in. I feel, I mean, because I was like, wow, I didn't realize that I know so much about Aquaman. I mean, I always considered him, you know, always been a fan, but I know so much. But I also felt that you don't need to put it all in one movie. Save some for later.
Yeah.
It's not necessary to go into this much detail about the inner workings of Atlantis when you got a main story you need to focus on.
Yeah. And listen, I hate to keep harping on the dialogue, but I mean the things that
it's the worst.
But there's other things that they do with it. It's just not in the deliver of these lines where, you know, these people are being serious and they have these scenes where they're talking about lofty material. There's not one but two parts in this movie where these people have these hyper dramatic intros. And the problem with that is, you know, this is, see, smart superhero movies, they know that they have decades of dumb superhero names to deal with. And they're like, now that we're doing a more realistic job with this, we're bumping it up right now, and there's more adults seeing this, how are we going to introduce these names? Either in these movies, either the public either gives them a name, or somebody, you know, a team member gives them a nickname, you know, or they know that the name is bad, so they treat it with comedy. They're thinking the same thing that we are.
Hey, you know what? There's another name you might know me by. Star-Lord.
Who?
Now, imagine that scene without the who. Imagine if that man turned around and been like, "My God, what a powerful name!" You know, that was from Guardians of the Galaxy, and they knew how to handle that. This movie, they have like one part where a guy comes in and says, "I am Black Mantis." It has that dramatic part.
Manta.
Black Man. What did it makes any difference?
Well, a manta is a sea creature, so it's a...
No, I wouldn't. They could have put a grasshopper in water right there. It would have made just as much sense. Okay, Martin, fuck it. I am Ocean Lord.
The Ocean Master.
God damn it.
But to your point, and in the movie when he announces, "Forget calling me Orm, my name is now Ocean Master," I expected not only did I hear people in the audience snicker, but I expected the characters on screen to snicker as well. Oh no, now you the Ocean Master, huh?
Yeah.
You control all of this.
No, people started laughing. I am Ocean Master. I got slaves. I'm Ocean Slumlord. It's some of this stuff is where it's how you insert it, how you have these scenes between these characters, the dialogue between these characters. It's the awkward placement of these scenes and where they are. Black Manta has a scene with his father, who's played by what's his name?
Michael Beach.
Michael Beach. They just
you got to have a water name to be in this movie.
I know. That's how that brother got hired.
The same way Mark Webb got to direct Spider-Man.
Yeah. Seaside Larry was busy at the time. but Michael Beach, man, he what you think I have seen? He plays Black Manta's father, and they just get through taking over a submarine. They're in the middle of still taking it over, and they decide to sit down and have a father and son moment where he decides to hand down an heirloom. By the way, they had just mentioned that Aquaman's on his way.
Right.
Yeah, son, that's cool. But look at this knife, man. Shit, ain't that cool? They decide to have a speech right there. I'm not saying that speech wouldn't have worked, but it might have worked better after they had finished the job and got the hell out.
Or before.
Yeah, any time but there.
Yeah, whatever.
But the reason why they do that, they have it at that moment because they're trying too quickly to build up this emotional bond between these two. Let you know, oh, he cares about his son. Also, that's a moment where, I'm not going to tell you how, but they're trying to build up instant need for revenge. Black Manta's a poorly written character for a villain. The actor is Yahya Abdul Mateen II. And this brother has one emotion, and that is anger, right from the beginning. Even when he's talking to his father, he's looking at his father. What is that shit?
He really was. I guess I was trying to explain this is an heirloom that's been handed down in our family, and he's just scowling at him the whole time.
Yeah, smile, man.
Because I expect him to say something. So what you want me to do with that?
Yeah, old man. But they just before he has a reason for revenge, he's pissed off. He's just pissed off.
Yeah.
And then when Aquaman comes up, he goes in, he just being an asshole for no reason. Yeah, fuck you, Aquaman. It's just, there's really no reason for him to be mad. He's just like, I'm mad at you because the script calls me to. It's like, and even did you notice that even Aquaman's like, who are you?
Right.
Am I supposed to know who you are?
he's like, well, wait a minute, who the fuck are you? Oh, and I hate to keep talking about dialogue, but listen to this.
I scavenged the high seas. You're the Aquaman.
You know, why are you talking like a pirate, man?
I know.
Is this talking like a pirate day? You know?
I scavenged the high seas.
Scours the high seas. We were meant to cross our face, Aquaman. It's like, man, just because you're a pirate, you don't have to talk like that anymore. I don't think the flashbacks were necessarily bad, except for one that was terrible. But for the most part, I don't think the flashbacks were necessarily bad. They were just I feel like I would have enjoyed the movie better if I had been able to watch just a straightforward origin movie, because the flashbacks cut up the emotional stride of the film.
Yeah, and it doesn't have a lot to begin with.
No, it does not. Because the beginning of the movie, and I'm trying to see if I can find just a little clip here. They have this story of young Aquaman, when you get to see him be born, when his father's played by Tamura Morrison. That's him hugging him on the pier right there. Those parts are great between him and his dad. I thought they're brief, but they again, they seem like true characters.
Yes, that it happens on land. It's with him and his father when his father is not wearing that horrible wig and whatever de-aging makeup they got on him, and just being his father. And those little bits that's the most human this movie ever gets.
That would have been an interesting take on that kind of origin story, where you see this single dad grieving his wife, who also has to raise his it's hard enough to raise a kid,
sure,
a super kid on his own,
a super kid who then we later see walking around with tattoos, swilling beer, that everybody kind of knows is this Aquaman, this legendary figure. All that is very interesting.
It is. No, it's great.
And we're kind of owed an explanation.
Yeah, but they keep showing us just these small bits of flashbacks.
Right.
Oh, here's where he was a little kid at the aquarium. Oh, here's where he was training, learning to catch a trident with his hands. It's like that's an important story.
Yeah.
Build that up.
Yeah.
Let us know these people.
Yeah, don't just give it to us as a flashback, almost as an afterthought.
There is one. And you see his father and him loving each other too. That's what I really like about it. They go drinking with each other, and it's cool. The potential was there. The flashback that is terrible though in this is how they explain Atlantis. Atlantis, the movie sets Atlantis up to be a place of science. It's not like Thor science either. It's like, hey, years ago we had science that just nobody knew how to handle, and it got to us and we misused it, but now it actually helps us do this and help us do that. It really is kind of an underwater Wakanda.
Yeah.
But the further they get into it and explain about Atlantis, and they explain with this real serious narration, the dumber it gets. Mm-hmm. And you hear this real serious explanation, you can just see the actors like you really want me to read this? That's a check. All right.
I already signed now.
Yeah.
And I put a down payment on the house. I guess I got to finish saying this.
The history flashback of Atlantis and the narration they put over it sounds like the pitch in a meeting for this. They're like, guys, it sounds dumb right now, but when we flesh it out, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be badass. It's like,
Are we gonna flesh it out?
no,
Got time for that.
Got shit to do. And as I said, they set the story up on science. So later on in the movie, somehow, somewhere, magic just works its way into it.
And that is a part of Atlantis in the comic books.
But it's not.
Magic is a huge part of it.
But magic's not set up well here because they set it up as science, and all of a sudden, now they go straight to King Arthur type magic. What I have a problem with are his powers. We were talking about this before. It's like, okay, how come you can speak to fish and nobody else can? That's never explained.
It's like he's born with that. That is his special thing.
But I figured,
like a mutant.
I figured that's something that they would say or address, or he would actually say, "Wow, I can talk to animals and you can't. Why? Why is that? How come I can chill with the fish and you can't understand what they're saying?" Also, Amber Heard's character, what is her name?
Mira.
The character of Mira in the movie. That's another thing where she has powers that no one else has, and I'm thinking, all right, that's cool. These powers. I'm not questioning that you have powers. I'm just surprised that nobody acknowledges how you turn wine into like swords.
Yeah, she's got aquakinesis. I don't know how that sounds.
It don't sound any dumber than anything else.
Sometimes hydrokinesis, but it's her people where she's from. They're able to do that. It is surprising with so much they put in this movie. I was like, how come you don't tell everybody what's going on with her?
And see, that because you read the comics.
Sure,
I don't.
But it's not. But yeah, it's not there. I was surprised they didn't mention it.
Yeah.
They put almost everything else in there.
I like the brightness. Everybody's talking about they want to make a brighter movie.
They went from darkness to day glow.
Yeah, this is a combination between Tron and the Star Wars prequels that they do right here. And
yeah, they're not underwater; they're in a lava lamp.
Yeah. I appreciate the brightness. It does get to a point where it is artificial, man. It feels too artificial. Even when they're just simply against a bright blue sky, it's like, okay, you know what? There's moments that is cool when underwater. The other moments that take you out of it because it is extremely too bright. But I did like the underwater stuff. I wish people felt more real to me in Atlantis because I like Atlantis. I like what they've done with it. I don't like the whole thing because they're like, we're gonna fight in the ring of fire. Like, y'all couldn't think of anything else.
I know.
Some of Johnny Cash is like, fuck. Why y'all do
Wish
that?
I never made that song.
Like, really? Yeah. They presented the ring, and I'm like, a fire. Yeah. Fire. I'm like, man, I was joking. Y'all really? That's some lazy shit.
Hey, it's not easy getting the fire underwater.
You couldn't call it
they worked hard to do that.
You couldn't call a ring of lava. But then the movie goes fucking insane with the CG.
Yeah.
The movie, even if they were telling a story, the CG would just say, get the fuck out of the way. All about me. The end of this, the climax of this, it looked like somebody threw up Red Lobster and just flushed that shit down the toilet. They put a bunch of CG in one of those souvenir balls and just shook the shit out of it.
Yeah, they did.
It is.
And they CG up the whole ocean and everything you could ever think of. They got starfish and seahorses and sea monkeys and krakens and Cloverfield monsters.
It's like the fish and the sea animals, they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It doesn't make any sense. It's just it's something.
Oh, you got one of those? Well, I got one of these. Oh yeah, well I got a giant crab. Well, I got a giant lobster. I got a giant octopus.
Yeah.
Well, I got a giant shark. We already got shark. No, it's a giant shark. I got Sharknado. Damn. All right,
Yeah.
I got the Meg. How about that?
Yeah. Godzilla was about to walk in and be like, nah, it's too crowded up in
Yeah.
I really like this. I said this before. I love this scene. Like, this crab right here, like, fuck.
I know.
You see that? he thought he was whooping ass. Like, oh shit. It's turmoil. It's too chaotic.
Yeah,
I don't mind it. It's
I lost who I was supposed to root for.
yeah, exactly. And that's what it was. It was crab people and the fish people and,
The shark people and the alligator people.
Yeah, it was like, I didn't even get to know them. So. It was one crab, actually. I didn't even know what it was. I was trying to see who was talking. It was one crab on the screen. You will not take me alive.
Right. It was.
I was like, who's talking? There are moments in the movie, like I really am trying to be fair here. There are moments in here that I did enjoy that they do slow down. Now, there's a moment here where they showed in the trailer, and they actually put the scene out where they tear up Italy, man. They tear the shit out of Italy.
Italy didn't do nothing to nobody. It's a poor little village. They demolished.
Yeah, no, they do, man. I was looking at this, and these poor people here, man, they tear up their homes, man. These people's homes are barely standing as it is. And they just go through people's walls. Somebody just paid off their condo and they just tore that shit up. It's bad materials anyway. They're running through it, but that ain't no excuse. No. It really is like, y'all take that shit out to the beach. Y'all don't be doing that over here, man. You talk about where like in Superman, where they tore up the city and do that. That's what they do here. Yeah. They tore the shit out of this little city here, and they don't even mention it. It's a cool scene. I will give you that, because James Wan knows how to keep the camera moving in and out of the action. It's a cool scene. It just goes back to we're just doing destruction for just the sake of destruction. And by the way, I must say that this time they've learned from Superman. They strategically make sure that people are out the way.
Yeah.
People barely move. There's destruction and debris that actually goes around people. People are lucky if something falls on them. There's a brick that's catching it for them. I got you. It's kind of obvious that they were really trying to have it, both ways. We want to tear this place up, but we're going to make it seem like we care about the people too. Amber Heard and Jason Momoa, they're forced to have a romantic subplot, and it doesn't feel real at all. It's like, for them, it's not like we got to know each other. It's like, okay, we spent an hour together. Well, I guess we got to make out.
Yeah, we're the two prettiest people close to the same age. So
yeah,
I guess we need to kiss.
Yeah, we rode a plane together. But I will say that there are moments where when they pull back and decide not to be so heavy, and they let these people kind of have a bit of humor, the romantic chemistry might not work, but the humor slightly works.
Show off. I could have just peed on it.
You nasty motherfucker. And believe me, he has enough beer the way he could. It's moments like that I think I personally would have enjoyed more had that film been more in the film. I know this is everything that the loud and just kind of superficial superhero movies that people complain about, and I cannot blame them. And go have fun. Go have fun with this. And judging by some of the money that is made and some of the people who have already seen it, they are having a good time. I can only speak for myself. I did not have that much of a good time. There are too many superhero movies out there and I'm not even talking about just from Marvel, but there are superhero shows, superhero movies out there that really do just put this to shame, man. Mm-hmm. And there's better to choose from. I choose to have those things. I don't like my stories this basic and nonsensical. So I'm going to give this a rental, man. Not even an enthusiastic rental. I'm just giving it a rental.
I'd like to say I had fun with it. I appreciate how they got it to look like the comics. I really do like what the designers did with Atlantis. There's a lot they had to work with to pull an underwater kingdom together, and for the most part it works. They get a lot of creature designs going, and I thought even Jason Momoa, I was like, okay, he's not really Aquaman from the comics or the cartoon, but I like this take he has on it. I just wish he was in a movie with other people who were playing with him and not in doing their own thing. And as much as he should be there to lighten things up, it's like he's just bouncing off of it because none of it flows together. Yeah, there's plenty of people. I see this movie is getting mixed reviews, so it's not anything different to get a bad. I just like, when I see mixed, I'm like, what are the good reviews of this? I tried. I didn't go into this hating. I love Aquaman. I was like you. I was like giving it a chance, but there came that point where I was like, man, this is just dull and not.
So you love Aquaman? You like the character originally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Even when people made fun of him, I was like, no, man, y'all understand Aquaman is cool.
Okay.
It's just this world he comes from apparently is not, and we spend too much time on that.
So what you rating?
Oh, my rating is it's about a high some old bullshit.
Just a turd floating in the water.
I wasn't gonna say that. But.
You make me wetter than Aquaman to see you enjoy this video. And you know you enjoyed it because you stayed this long. So just subscribe to the channel. You know you want to. And if you really like what we do, go to doubletoasted.com. Over there, you'll not only find a longer form version of this video, but also the live streams that we do almost every night of the week. Go to dtmerch.com, support us over there, and remember to stay toasty.